Hello and welcome to Sumo Mainichi. My name's Dave. I'm here with Amy, and we are here to bring you some live commentary of Juryo, which is about to kick off in a couple of bouts' time. How are you going?
I'm pretty good, actually. It's a lovely day here in Melbourne, Australia. It's a lovely day in Osaka, Japan, I'm sure as well. I'm very jealous to everyone in the stadium. There are a few people we know going today, and I hope they have a great time. We're just seeing the final two bouts of Makushita. This is Satoru Fuji against Hokurumaru. Neither of these in any kind of contention for the Makushita Yusho. Makushita 7 and 6 respectively.
Oh, you never know. 1 win, 2 losses. That's not so bad.
Not too bad.
And as we see Hokurumaru coming a bit too hot there, and Satoru Fuji just handle that tachiai with ease. I've been looking forward to today.
Yeah, day 8.
I have been looking forward to the Juryo, but some bad news came in.
Oh yes, Shirakuma Kyujo. We're quite devastated about this. Both big Shirakuma fans. I'm a huge Nishonoseki Bayo fan, and he was 5 and 2, but he's feeling it like me at the moment. He's nowhere near my age, but maybe he's feeling the same lower back pain as me every day. He beat Kagayaki yesterday. He's finishing on 5 and 2. That's what's so devastating about this. He actually was, I would say, in the running perhaps for the Juryo Youth Show, but he is out today.
Yeah, I mean, with Wakataka Kage around, maybe Yusho might have been too far away, but what I was looking for from Shirakuma was just a little bump up the up the Banzuke, take a step towards the door, and then maybe in May knock on the door. Well, maybe that's too soon. Either way, the nature of this injury is what concerns me. You said it was the lower back?
Yep.
I don't want to see another career ruined by lower back issues.
No, me
because they tend to hang around.
Well, that's what Terunofuji is out for. I mean, that's just one of his myriad of issues, to be honest. But, yeah, it's not a great one. It's one that can persist for a long time. I want to say hi to Kay. I want to say hi to Dr. Quack, Siggy, hello, Ben, Dr. Ben Marshman, Caleb.
Hey, Caleb.
It's 100% legends in the chat at this point.
We'll let you know when that figure dips below 100%. On your screen at the moment, you can see Hakuoho, a.k.a. the man that got kakanaged by Akua.
Yes, that's his new
the man who...
name.
Shiden sitting down, getting ready. But before we get into Juryo, we have one last bout of Makushita Koto Tebakari up against old mate Kenneth Jasper, a.k.a. Korokuzan.
Both coming into this bout on 2 and 1. Makushita 6 and 7. Korokuzan, a.k.a. Kenneth Jasper, has never managed to beat Koto Tebakari in 2 tries. Can it be today? Oh, he's not ready. He's not ready.
Well, Koto Tebakari knows he's shown his hand here. The days that his team has put into planning that tachiai, all up in smoke.
Yep,
Korokuzan
on the page as we speak.
What does he do? Does he do the same again, or does he just improvise out here?
Go backwards. Improvise.
Go
See what
backwards.
happens. He does
he's done the same.
He comes forward. Some good thrusting here from both of them. Korokuzan, he loves to thrust. He loves to move forward. He's left on the Tawara. And Koto Tebakari comes back at him. That is not another win for Korokuzan. He has not managed to beat his opponent ever now. And it's a win for Koto Tebakari. The Makushita Yusho is very much up for grabs at this point, as mostly is on day 8. On 4 wins, 0 losses, we have Makushita 8 Kiryuko. Yago has somehow found his way around the knees and hasn't lost yet. Asa Hakuryu, I've seen, has been doing really well. I've seen his matches highlighted as quite spectacular from time to time. Asa Koki and Nihon Yanagi, some great names in there on 4 and 0 at this point. That's my commentary on them.
Very much so. A few people to say hello 2. Chat's gone a bit funny. Mai. Hello. Happy Nakabi to you.
Yes, happy Nakabi to everybody. We love to wish people happy. Oh, I just can't say that. I think I might bow out at this point.
Well, I'm sure everyone was up late last night leaving out the glass of milk and a little bit of a cookie. My dad used to leave out a stubby of VB.
Oh, yeah.
VB, of course, Victoria Bitter. Some say one of the worst beers going around. I quite like
I love
VB.
it. Yeah, I'm not a huge craft beer fan.
Yeah.
So I love to go for the staples in Australia. Your VB, your Melbourne
Bitter.
Oh,
Tell you
yeah.
what. Yep.
Your Carlton Draft. I'm sure all of these are available overseas. What is available overseas?
Bradshaw Studio, welcome to the chat. Well, I think we push our bad beer out into the export markets, like your 4Xs.
Yeah, 4X Fosters, I guess.
Fosters. No one drinks that.
But I would think there would be a lot available.
Hell yeah, K Bunny. A VB long neck, a.k.a. the King Brown. I love a King Brown.
Is that what it's called? I've never had that.
Well, I hang out with unsavoury types,
I know,
and that's what they call it.
You're rougher than me.
All right, well, let's have a look at this first bout of Juryo. We have the Clown Prince, Akua, up against Kaharuma. Now, a trend that we've seen over this last week that I'd love to get people's thoughts on. Day one, we saw Akua come out while we were commentating and throw the salt. Big handful.
Yeah.
And since then, he's just doing a little bit of a pinch. What's going on?
So he only did it on day one. Has someone had a word? It is Osaka, which is, I'm going to say now, spread misinformation, known for being very strict because you can't throw the Zabatons. No, it's not true.
All right, looks like they're ready to go. Akua comes forward. Kaharuma, very cool there. Didn't try to go. Knew that was going to be called a mata. Akua, he's got one thing on his mind and one thing only, and that's kakenage. Also jewellery making. Akua comes in, he pulls Kaharuma. They're spinning around. Kaharuma attacks. Akua looking to try to slow this down, but he's attacking high, attacking aggressively. Kaharuma off balance, stays up, but Akua helps him down there. Gee, Kaharuma, I love the intensity he brings to his bouts.
He does. I got really sad at the start because he lost 3 days in a row, but he's come into this match at 3 and 4, now 3 and 5, so he's going okay. But I'm going to go ahead and say that was good sumo from Akua there. What do you think?
Well, you don't often get to see him do this kind of fast, dynamic sumo. His footwork
Paul,
was good.
This is okay.
I like to see him in this pushing, thrusting. You know, I was expecting him to try to get on the belt, but I think when Kaharuma is doing that style of sumo, you really only have one choice, which is to try to match it.
And that looks like a katatsukashi there at the end, I would say. So if he likes
it was a katatsukashi, well done.
Got up and around the shoulder, and if he likes Kimarite starting with K, he can add that one to his bag now. Maybe he's going to try the katatsukashi over and over now.
Siggy tells us that Foster's is the unofficial beer of Dallas Sumo Club.
I haven't had a Foster's. I don't know if I've ever had a Foster's. I reckon we had one in that Australian bar in Hiroshima when we went there.
Foster's. The band I played in when I was young, we used to get slabs of Foster's.
Really?
It was called Foster's Wide Mouth. And so, you know, like when you crack a normal can, there's like a certain type of hole. This would crack a massive hole.
And you could get those in Japan. There's
that's the whole lid. This
dry.
was more like a normal hole but larger, the wide mouth. And I think they were also a bit higher on the old alcohol serving there. Up next, we have Shiden and the man who got kakenaged by Akua. His parents know him as Hakuoho.
Yeah, maybe struggling a little bit. We've expected him to come into this basho and just rip Juryo apart, and he hasn't. He is not up there with the leaders. Asakori, a bit of a surprise there, gets a Fusensho because of that Shirokuma Kyujo today. And Wakataka Kage of course, as well, who it now looks like will probably take out the Juryo Yusho. But I expected Haku to be up there, and he's been rocked a little bit, perhaps because of everything that's been going on with his stable. But can he recover after the Kakanage is the big question.
Yeah, I mean, mentally to try to come back from that, it's a huge ask for a young man who's still finding his way in the world. Haku. Can I just say Haku?
You can say.
I mean, it's a bit on the nose at the moment, but what do we got there? Some beautiful handmade fans. As we take a very nice close-up of Haku there.
I should say, Dr. Quack, that Midnight Sumo, I believe he's back on Twitch now, and I think he was streaming on YouTube as well. So I think you will be able to find that if you want to now. Certainly a lot happening in the old streaming business at the moment that I'm not going to talk about. Kenneth, I wanted to say thank you. Kenneth has made a donation to the Sumo Mainichi Sake Fund. We're going to talk about it on the podcast later tonight.
Yeah,
thank you
stuff.
for your message. But thank you so much for the support. You're an absolute legend. And if you want to do that, you can do it through PayPal.
There are links somewhere.
We got links somewhere. But now it's time for Shiden. On 5 and 2, he is in the running for this Juryo Yusho if he wins. I would say it would have to be every bout from here. Wakataka Kaga would obviously have to lose. And today he is up against Haku. And he comes forward. Haku gets on the belt. He's got the right hand outside. Shiden's got the left hand inside. And they are locked up here, struggling for superiority. Haku tries to take Shiden back with the left hand around his body. It doesn't work the second time. It doesn't work. But he pulls him forward and dumps him on the ground. Amazing.
That was beautiful belt sumo there from Haku, wasn't it? Oh, Shiden with a nasty cut to the head there.
Because he dumped him down on his head, basically. He pulled him around, picked him up, and threw him down. So the head scraped, I'm sure, along the sand.
You can actually see a little bit of blood on Haku's left shoulder, so maybe it happened a little bit earlier.
Certainly.
All right, as we take the replay here, you see Haku establishing a very, very solid right-hand belt grip. Shiden offering a lot of resistance here, making himself very, very hard to move. You can see Haku just getting left hand on there briefly, but that reversal of momentum and a beautiful throw to secure that win.
Lovely work from him. That looked a little bit more definitive. He was able to, number one, take Shiden back, and possibly if he had have kept committing to that, he would have been able to take him over the edge as well. So his pushing sumo looked good today, and his throws looked good. So he moves to 5 and 3, and Shiden the same score. Next we have Chiosa up against Wakataka Kage. A difficult bout for Chiosa, but the good news is that his fan club are in the audience today. We saw a shot of them before. There's probably about 20 or 30 of them all sitting together with about 10 Chiosa banners.
And Chiosa is from Kyoto, so about a 40-minute train ride for the group today to support their boy Chiosa, 33 years old. Has famously spent the last, this is now his third basho in Juryo at Juryo 14. I mean, you talk about the bottom floor, the basement of Juryo. Chiosa, he has a bed there. He has a little bar fridge.
He plays his video games down there.
He plays video games down there.
Might be his parents' house. I don't know. His opponent is Wakataka Kage. We call him ex-Ozeki, but he's only ex-Zeki Wakataka Kage, and Ozeki forever in our hearts. But time will... Really going for that misinformation here today. Time will tell whether he is ever able to make it to that Ozeki rank, along with his brother Wakamoto Haru, both trying for it.
So we're taking some shots here of the Chiosa fan club.
Got a little moniker of him. What do you call a little drawing?
Caricature.
Caricature of him. having a little smile. I'm not sure I've ever seen him smile, but maybe they have.
I'm interested what people think about Wakataka Kage's performance so far in these first 7 days. He's 7-0. He's got the white dots. That's the main thing. You wouldn't say he's blowing people away?
No, he's moving around the dojo quite a bit. He's having to run away. Oh, not run away, but he's having to extend his bouts out longer than perhaps you might expect. I guess we're used to seeing the domination of people up in Makuchi, for sure, like Takeru Fuji and Ono Sato, who are just running over their opponents. Takeru Fuji in particular. His bouts are going for longer. You can certainly see the effects of the injury, and he has only fought down. The highest rank he's fought so far is Juryo 7 Hidenumi yesterday.
Right, okay.
And that wasn't an easy bout. I remember that. It was long.
No, I know, and Hidenumi had a day off with injury, so he's not fighting at his best. Looks like they're ready to go here. Chio Sakae on the left of your screen, Wakataka Kage on the right. Chia Sakae breaks there.
Just wanted to touch the great man. Just wanted to have the hands on the chest. A little bit of honour towards the former Seki.
All right, they get ready to go again here. Wakataka Kage forward, and Chia Sakae takes the touchy eye, dumps him down to the dirt. What happened here?
Well, I feel like the supporter group might have emailed him a strategy, and he took it, and he executed it, and it happened.
That was
is
very interesting. I want to see this replay.
Yeah. I think he stayed straight on here. He did. He met him body to body, right hand on the shoulder, threw him straight down, so felt that the time was right for a thrust down.
Can we just appreciate the coolness of what Chia Sakae did there?
I saw someone say dumpstered before for that Haku bout. That's dumpstered. That is, perhaps you'd have a photo of that, snapshot of that under dumpstered in the dictionary there. Yeah.
Absolute cool win there for Chia Sakae, who moves to 5-3. For Wakataka Kage, that's his first loss, 7-1. What does that do to the Juryo Yusho race?
Yeah, it's a good question. So Asakoryu, the man of the wide hair and very strong body, is now out by himself. And the lucky thing for him is that he gets a Fusensho today from Shirakuma's Kyujo. So he'll move out by himself.
Interesting.
And then there's nobody else now on 6 wins. On 7 wins. Trying to do the maths in my head, like the maths of +1.
But there is a gap
Shiden
here.
won. But Daishoho and Mitoriu can join Wakamoto Haru now if they win today.
You said Wakamoto Haru.
Did I?
And did you mean join him in a social context?
I'm not sure. Join him in eating some
I like that
cantaloupe.
idea, though.
I do not know. Daishoho and Mitoriu, if they win today, can join Wakataka Kage on 7 wins and 1 loss, but Asakoryu is out in front.
Hey, there's something that I saw on Reddit Sumo that I just wanted to read out the title. I enjoy Reddit Sumo. It's a great place of conversation, but just sometimes some of the questions that are asked are so dumb. And hang on, now I won't be able to find it now, will I?
Well, if you ask this question as well, our humble apologies.
No, it's not that it's a question. It's more of a hypothetical. Okay, here's the question. How big an advantage would a sumo in shoes have? I mean, there's so many layers in that.
What sort of shoes?
So the post says, how much of an advantage would being able to wear shoes give a wrestler over an otherwise equivalent but shoeless competitor?
Somebody's been in the shower. That should go in shower thoughts.
Shower thoughts.
Not Reddit Sumo.
Oh,
What, a tasty
so
pair
good.
of Nikes or a nice heel
Yeah.
or a
Or some
strappy-
cleats. What do you call the shoes? Crampons when you go on the
Well,
glacier?
that would help, I would think, because you wouldn't be moving.
I saw that and I my breath was taken away.
I'm crying, actually. There's tears coming out. We need to talk about this.
We do.
It's Tsushima, who does not have shoes on. It's Tamashoho, who also does not have shoes on. They both have quite a bit of taping. Tamashoho has tape on his feet. Does it count as shoes? I don't think so. Tamashoho comes in. Tsushima gets on the belt, but Tamashoho just keeps jumping away from him to create himself space. I thought he was going to be able to get a win there, but Tsushima followed him around and eventually pushed him out. Tamashoho, officially, a shocker.
Tamashoho has this ability to, what do they say, grasp defeat from the jaws of victory. Oh, it's hard to watch. As you said, he got off to a fairly good start. He looked competitive.
Yep.
Sushima looked out of control. He was in the better position. And, yeah, just suddenly found himself on the bails.
I like the Abema cameraman there who thought he was about to go out. Did a crash zoom onto his feet. He didn't. Crash zoomed back and then he did step out.
Yeah.
He learned a lesson today. Or they learned a lesson today, that camera person.
Tsushima with that win evens the ledger. 4-4. Tamashoho 2-7. Road to Kachikoshi. The next bout we have is Juryo 12 Koto up against Juryo 8 Shishi. Can we take a moment to talk about what's going on with Koto? We know he's carrying an injury.
Yep.
But this is painful to watch. He's Juryo 12, 1-6. He is in a lot of trouble.
I think so. I have to say I had a moment where I imagined the next time that we went to the sumo, he would be there in the blue jacket.
Oh, hang on,
would be
what?
So happy to see him, and we would just, that's the end. But I really don't know. I really can't tell if that's the case with him because he's only 32 years old. There's a distinct possibility that he can recover from all of the
I just wonder
from the knee.
if he wouldn't be better to go
Kyujo.
go Kyujo, get the treatment, get the rest he needs, and start again later in the year. His opponent today, Shishi, 27 years old at Juryo 8. I think it's safe to say Shishi is having a very solid basho this time around. I've seen some great belt sumo from him over the last few days, winning fans every time he steps out onto the doyo. You'd think that Shishi would be favoured coming into this one?
I think so. I just really don't want him to hurt Koto even further. I want him to be careful of him. If he gets in a position where, he can push him off the doyo or he can push him down, I want him to be careful. And I want him to be thinking of that right now.
Shishi will not be careful.
He will not be careful. That's what I'm worried about.
Now, interesting that there's no kids there holding that sign. That's just 3 adults who were up quite late last night making a sign.
Just retracing that sheep and then the other sheep.
What's the Shishi lion connection?
Oh, someone will know.
Someone will know.
I feel like I know it deep in my brain, but some other thing like the classical music that I was playing last night has pushed it out.
All right.
F sharp in bar 55.
They're going back for one more time. Come on, Koto. You can do it. I'm not trashing that MP3 yet.
Oh, no. I'm not even putting it in a different folder.
No.
It's staying ready to load into the session.
Yeah, I've got a backup drive just with that MP3 on it. Seems a waste of a 1 terabyte drive. So both Rikishi getting ready. Gyoji wants to send them back again. Interesting to point out, both Rikishi coming into this bout shoeless. That's right, shoeless.
I can't believe it. I simply can't believe it.
Yeah.
What would be Shishi's
big risk
shoe of choice? I feel like that would be a big
I think he'd be rocking some vintage Jordans, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
Koto is more of your Nike pump kind of guy. No, that's an Akua shoe, isn't it?
Who
the
would
pump.
have what's the tiger the Japanese tiger shoot.
Onitsuka Tiger?
Yeah, who's cool enough
in
or
Juryo?
fashionable enough for that? Maybe Asakoryu.
Asakoryu. I owned a pair of those once.
Yeah, I tried to buy one last time we went, but I didn't have my passport, and then the Japanese got really hard, and I panicked and I cried a little bit, and I went home.
They are too expensive for what they are, I believe.
They were $300, but they were gold.
Oh, they were?
300 Australian.
Yeah, they were nice. All right, we're finally ready. Kotoeko down first. Shishi comes hard at Kotoeko. Kotoeko managing just to keep on the defensive here, but it's Shishi trying to attack. Kotoeko trying to get that left hand off his belt, but Shishi moves Kotoeko towards the Tawara. You think it's over here, and it is.
Oh, he's devastated.
He looks in pain, Kotoeko. I can't tell whether that's physical pain, emotional pain, or a mix of both.
Did you see the angle that guy in the crowd was holding that Asahi can at while he was eating that meatball?
Yeah, I did see. Do you know what? I was trying to concentrate on the end of that bout, but I'm like, don't spill that.
I couldn't. That moment has forever gone, but I will wonder for a while whether he spilt beer on his pants. Shishi very, well, I wouldn't say he's totally in control of this match, but he did hang on to Kotoeko's Moashi throughout the assault from Kotoeko, and then was able to take him to the bales. It was strong sumo from Kotoeko from Shishi that Kotoeko's knees could not stand up to.
Yeah, it felt like there was a certain moment there where I think everyone just accepted that was over. So Kotoeko now 1-7. Road to Kachikoshi, I mean, he's still in it. He's the kind of Rikishi who could string 7 wins in a row over these final 7 days. Shishi moves to 5-3.
And I should say that in the chat, Hakio Sumo Hello, big hello, has said it's an old Ukrainian coat of arms, which I think I've seen before.
Oh, thank you for that.
Lion.
Oh, great.
I did want to say hello to a few other people, but they've moved up out of
That's not touchscreen.
Oh. It's an iPad. Why isn't it touchscreen?
It's just a computer screen for now.
Hello to Super Lifter. I found it. And Ghost. I can't see the last part of your name, but Ghost.
Have we said hello to Goose? I don't think we've said hello to Goose. How are you? Alrighty, next bout of the day, Juryo 7, Hidenumi up against Juryo 11, Osho Umi. Hidenumi, as we said before, disappeared for a day there on day 3. I'm not exactly sure the nature of his injury.
No, and it made me feel like I was going crazy because I swear I saw it. Hakio Sumo, I think I saw you post it, and then I could not find it again. I forgot who posted it, couldn't find it, and then found it again today. So he was out, but I'm not sure why. Somebody said before that he was pooping too much. I don't know what that means. Did he have gastro?
Gee, this is...
I did remember that from the chat. That's the one thing that stuck in my memory.
Wow. You come to the Sumo Mainichi Juryo commentary chat for the inside story of sumo.
Dr. Quack was I hear Hidenumi couldn't stop pooping. Well,
so expect an article from John Gunning tomorrow saying, are Rikishi pooping too much?
I mean, it must be awful to get gastro.
That's no good.
Basho.
That is no good.
His opponent is Oshoumi, who was the first to beat Haku Oho. He beat him Yorikiri, and he looked really, really good. He backed that up with a win over Kaharuma, and the day before he beat the injured Tamashoho. But no other wins apart from that. He's 3-4 coming into today, with his left shoulder heavily taped. He's got the familiar tape over the shoulder and then around the arm, the tape supporting tape.
Well, that's the handbag tape, they call it.
You don't want it chafing.
No,
when
exactly.
You carry it.
And if you close your eyes, this style of taping, it feels like you're carrying a handbag. That's how it got its name.
Oh. Have you ever been taped?
Yes, I have actually. Yep, I have.
Basketball?
One time, no, I think I injured my shoulder, and they taped me so hard. Like I couldn't. It's like my whole shoulder was isolated.
Yeah, because you can't move. Because I
No.
had it for my knee. Remember when I tried to run too much too quickly, and my knee went,
Yeah, that's right.
and I got my knee taped, and I couldn't move. I couldn't
Well,
walk.
What I do remember, my shoulder healed fine. Getting the tape off. I don't know if you remember, but remember it ripped huge chunks out of the skin on my back.
Remember.
Yeah, so I see this
Oh.
tape. I know why these boys leave it on between basho.
Oh, you would never take it off,
No,
actually.
no.
You need to steam it off or something because it was raw under
Yeah,
there
it
for
was.
you.
I
Did
think-
I pull it off? Or
No,
did
I
you?
pulled it off myself.
Ooh.
Never do that again.
Hello to Rob. Thank you so much for
Oh, hey, Rob.
being on the podcast on Friday night with Dave while I was rehearsing with the orchestra. Total legend. Thank you. Hope you're enjoying the sumo this time around. It's milk time. Oh, is that why he has a brown wash?
Oh, jeez. Kelly.
Kelly, are you still in the Solomon Islands? How is it going?
Oh,
And
Ben.
hello.
All right. Are we this kind of sumo channel people? Are we? It seems like we are.
I think we are. It is time for Hidinumi up against Oshumi. Hidinumi down first, the left fist. He's ready to go. He has evacuated and he is light as on his feet.
Don't use the word evacuated with Hidenomi right now, please.
Well, there's no second meaning. I only meant that as a first meaning. Oshumi. Showing the belly.
Showing the belly,
Little belly
okay.
present. A quick one.
Too
to
slow.
Hidenomi.
I mean, too fast.
How is Taka Kento going? We all wonder. And the up Hidinumi is out with his arms around Oshumi's body, but Oshumi has the left hand on the outside, the right hand on the outside, but it's him who's tumbled down. Hidinumi was able to keep himself in control and tug down on Oshumi's Mawashi.
Look at the absolute despondence on Hidenumi's face.
He might still be feeling a
yeah,
little rumbly
I
in the
think
belly, perhaps.
he absolutely would be. As we see the replay here, I think Hidenumi's experience really won over. Didn't need to do too much, didn't need to over-exert himself. He let Oshumi do the work and then just carefully guide him down. Just very efficient sumo. That's the kind of sumo you need to do when you're not feeling so great.
Yeah, he didn't have to move too much. He didn't have to do too much overall, but he does get that white dot. Oshumi maybe not quite living up to what he would like in this Haru basho, this March basho. I know there's big talk in
I know. Oh
Good
dear.
job.
Oh dear.
Pony.
All right.
We have Ayama up against Daishoho. Daishoho coming into this bout on 5-2, so theoretically one of those in the running for the Juryo Yusho. He's looked okay. He's looked pretty good. He lost the first 2 days, which is why, in my mind, he's not doing well.
Yes. I mean,
Feels
we've
like.
spoken about this before where, and I think I can speak for both of us here, but we form our views about how Rikishi's going
Yeah.
in the first 2 days,
Yeah.
and then after that it cannot be changed.
No, I'm very basic. I see one thing and it's imprinted on my brain.
Now, Aoyama is fighting at Juryo 11, and I believe, and I could be wrong, so I've just quickly checked it, this is his lowest rank since May 2011.
Aoyama.
Aoyama, yep.
And you might think that at this lowest rank since then he would be wrecking, but he's not. He's 2-5, which to me shows me that maybe the next time we all go to Japan, people who are in Japan right now,
Yeah.
or go to the sumo at least, we might not be seeing him compete in the bouts,
Yeah.
if you
He's
know what I mean.
37 years old. A slip from the paid ranks, I think. We would see a retirement, and I think we'd see a happy retiree there. So a couple of towels there. We've got obviously Dai Shoho, and I think that was for his hair, the other one.
Yep, oitakaze.
Yeah, it was oitakaze. I don't mind the idea of hair towels.
Yeah, I wonder why there aren't more available. I feel like that could be a JSA merch idea. I would definitely buy an Ishinoseki one. I guess the reason they don't want it is because you buy one and then you cover all the rikishi.
You're right.
They want you to buy individual ones.
See,
but if it's Nishonoseki and they're all, well, not all of them, there's, 3.
Yeah.
Thinking on my feet.
Yeah. 3 or 4. Yeah.
Shirokuma Tomokaze in the Sekitori ranks. I want to support all the others on the day.
Yeah.
I can use my Nishonoseki towel and I have to buy the other 3 individually because I love the stable so much.
Well, I was thinking about an Ichimon towel so I could just buy like a handful and cover everyone. Or just a towel that says sumo.
Maybe just a division. What about a Juryo towel?
Oh, that's a good idea.
What about a Sumo Mainichi Juryo towel?
And it just says Juryo.
With a little Sumo Mainichi in the corner.
Yeah. We've had a look at getting some towels made up and it seems quite complicated and cost prohibitive. Alrighty, it looks like they might be ready to come back into the middle. Drink the vision of this man, Ayama, in because he will not be around forever. He has a challenge today in Dai Shoho. I hope to see some big Ayama thrusts and then a big pull for old time's sake from Danny Boy.
Yeah, I'd like to see him embracing his old style of sumo.
Yeah.
The pull, towards the end.
Like a lap of honour.
Yeah, yeah. No
Even
pushes.
if he loses.
Yeah,
just do the old style.
He's going out anyway.
Yeah. Ayama forward. There's the push. There's one. Okay, now pull. He did it! Oh! Dai Shoho maintains his feet. Ayama working away under the chin of Dai Shoho. Dai Shoho comes forward and dispatches Ayama quite easily there.
It's quite clear when there's an injury like that, when they're trying to just stay out of the way. Often they can move around the doyo quite well, but over the time of the bout, you realise that they're just trying to stay away from their opponent. And that's what Ayama was doing there. That first pull didn't work. If it had have, you might have picked up another win, that one there.
Yeah.
But the pushing is not working.
Well, he just doesn't have a good foundation to build his bout off with those knees, obviously giving him a lot of concern. I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but I'm going to miss having Ayama around. He's been a staple for me.
Absolutely, since we first started watching. I mean, we're calling it very early. We don't have any inside information. We don't have a direct line to Aoyama's people. But it certainly seems like it's heading that way. And for now, we have Shimanumi up against Chioshoma. I feel like tonight there may be a confluence of events, and it might be a Chioshoma Henka.
It feels like it
happen.
might be right. And we haven't been blessed with a Chioshoma Henka on stream.
Give it to us.
Come on.
We need it. I should say that Dai Shoho now moves to 6-2. So he has drawn... what I said before was wrong. I knew it. I knew it as I was saying it. He's not level with Wakataka Kage.
No, Wakataka Kage is 7
wins, but Dai Shoho has moved to 6 wins and kept himself in it. He's 2 off the pace of Asakoryu on 8-0 after his Fusen show today. But returning to
Chioshoma on screen at the moment. His opponent today, not on the screen at the moment, is Shimanumi, 34 years old. Went through the Kinki University, aka Kansai University system. So even though he is from Mie, this is like a hometown basho for him. He's 2-5, Shimanumi. Lost the first 5 days, but has dug himself out of a hole with good wins against Oshoumi and Hakuyozan. A very good win yesterday, actually, from him.
It was, and he always puts in, doesn't he? You never really get the feeling that he gives up. He's always trying. He's always putting in the most energy.
Look, you're right. He turns up and does sumo every day. Where's the passion? Where's the risk taking?
He is at risk of needing a briefcase.
Yes.
Because
Okay.
Sumo is quite businesslike.
Yeah. Wow.
But he does turn
Okay.
up and have a go. Maybe we'll put some money. Let's all put some money towards that. You can take Taka.
Oh, I like that idea. Sending an embossed Sumo Mainichi briefcase.
Yeah. What would you put in it? Like a
Oh no, I
banana?
think it needs to be a what?
Banana?
Is that a
For
reference
snacks.
to the? Oh, okay.
No, it's not a reference to anything.
Well, no, it's a reference to The Office. I can't remember. I think it was the British Office, where he said, "Go and check my top drawer. There's something in there that tells you why I do all this and why this is important." And they found a banana in there, but it was actually an award he got. Anyway, was that the British Office? American Office? I don't know. No, I just think actually, here's what it is. It's a briefcase, and when you open it, there's just a mirror in the bottom. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for reflection.
Yep. Look, have a good look at yourself.
What else do you want out of life? Everybody, do it right now for yourself. How are we all travelling? Where are we all at? What else do we want out of life? Me, I want to see quite soon whether Chiosa does a hanker or not. There's quite a few people in this chat who have picked day 8, I believe.
Yeah.
Ben, you have Siggy and Corey putting all their chips on the day 8. Interesting strategy. I love it.
It would be quite a special moment if he did it today.
There's a few others as well. Trying to look deep into his eyes and see whether it's a possibility today.
Oh, I think it is. I think it is. I think I saw something flash across his face that said, "Today's the day." I've worked hard over these first 7 days. I deserve a little bit of a treat.
Hello to Scott, who is in Kobe at the moment. Enjoying another Scott, how dare you, another beautiful and wonderful and magical trip to Japan. It is Shimanumi up against Chiosa as they get prepared. Chiosa goes straight forward. He lands the left hand on the belt of Shimanumi, and then he can't decide which way he wants to turn. He flips left, he flips right. And Shimanumi, you don't need a second invitation there. He comes forward and he pushes him out. Chiosa just not quite sure the way that bout should have gone for him.
Well, Chiosa did escape the okuridashi there by spinning himself around. I think Shimanumi felt that one. Gave himself a little nod after that victory. He'd be very, very happy with that win. And I'll tell you what, if I had picked day 9 for a henker from Chiosa, I'm thinking it's very, very likely.
Yep.
As we see the Fusensho announcement.
And
Shirak, oh my God, why do we...
People in the stadium, always so surprised. They just do not get on their phones. They don't find out any sumo information before the day. You're actually not allowed to be on your phones. She was part of I forget the name of the people who wear the brown coats, but I just read a thing about them. There was a thing on Reddit Sumo actually about the supporters. They donate a whole lot of money to
Koenkai? Anyway, I don't know.
Sumo, and then they get these seats provided, but they're not allowed to be on their phones or drink too much. So they just basically have to sit there. So they hadn't heard about the Shirakuma.
But they're two of my favourite things to do.
Kyujo, I know. Well, you don't want to get the brown coat there.
Is it like when you go to a Kanye concert and you've got to put your phone in the pouch?
Do you remember when we used to work at Art Centre, they tried that for one?
Yeah. So dumb.
1 gig. I can't remember, was it Adele or maybe it was?
People like their phones.
Yeah.
But it's a rich sumo tradition, and I think we should start doing this when we go to the sumo. Media blackout.
For the day.
And so if a Kyujo happens, you can be like, what?
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I want to be the one in the background going,
huh? But in all seriousness, we were robbed of seeing Asakoryu, who is in red-hot form. And today with that win goes to 8-0. Congratulations, Kachikoshi.
Yep.
For Asakoryu at Juryo 8. Feels like this basho is really coming together for him. The 25-year-old ex, and I'll always know him as this Ishizaki.
Yep.
He should change it back if he gets to Makuchi.
Has anyone ever done that? I'd love to hear about it. Hello to Graham. Thanks so much for coming. Don't worry about it, right? There are still quite a few great bouts of Juryo to go, 4 in fact. And the first one of those is Hakuyo-san up against Tomokaze. Now, we have seen a surprising amount of Tomokaze success this basho. He's won 3. He's lost 4. But look, he's still finding that he can move forward from time to time. He was able to beat, let me pull it up, Kageyaki on day 1, Busho-san, who is not in great form, on day 3. I'm sorry, Hakuyo, I think it's true. Tohakuryu on day 5, but he's just come off the back of 2 losses on 6 and 7. So let's see what he can do against Hakuyo-san. Please don't hurt him, Hakuyo-san.
Well, Hakuyo-san not in the greatest of form. He's coming into this bout on 1 and 6. A week he would much rather forget, the only win coming against Shishi on day 4. But he has been absolutely handing out the white dots over this first week. Juryo 6, he knows he can do better. So great to see a lot of Tomokaze support in the crowd. He's a hero, this man. He's the people's champion.
Has he got shoes on?
Well, I mean, we look at how much Tomokaze's right foot is taped up.
Maybe that is a shoe. That's almost a shoe.
Well, I've told this story before, and it's very relevant now, the time I got into a nightclub in Japan with sandals. Have I told this story?
I'm not sure you have.
So we'd been out, a bunch of us had been out it was actually in Osaka for the day. Maybe I'll finish this story after. Or I could just talk over the bout. All right, Tomokaze down first. Hakuyo-san hand under the chin. Tomokaze pushes strong. Hakuyo-san resisting. Tomokaze's got the feet planted, but he's working. Hakuyo-san. No, Hakuyo-san resisting quite well. This looks like a very, very even bout. Trading thrust, but Tomokaze's just on top. Well, here we see Hakuyo-san coming forward, and he falls forward.
Oh, I showed some bias there.
Tomokaze did exactly what he needed to do, which was to keep himself in that bout just long enough for Hakuyo-san to make a mistake.
Yes, and I am raising my imaginary Nishonoseki by towel and jiggling it all around because I love that win from Tomokaze. As you said, I do think he was waiting for something to happen, and he does rely a lot on the pull down. But that means that he's good at it. It means that he's strong enough to hold Hakuyo-san up for all that time, and it means that he can find the perfect time to pull him down. So congratulations for a Tomokaze win. I think this group of people we're watching Juryo with might be happy about that.
Yes. All right, so let me set the scene. It
All
was early 2000s when I was living in Japan. I was wearing sandals because it was summer in Osaka.
Hot.
A bunch of friends, we'd gone out in the afternoon. It was like a Saturday, and then we'd had dinner, and then the suggestion had come up, let's go to a club, have some drinks, do some dancing. And I was like, I've got sandals on. They're not going to let me in.
Yeah.
We tried. We lined up. I got knocked back.
Because of the
sandals, open-toed shoes.
Yep.
We went to a convenience store, bought a black roll of tape, and we taped my feet up.
Wow.
And made shoes out of the sandals, and I got in.
Oh, my goodness. I feel like this story could have come up when I said, have you ever been taped? So the sandals were black?
No, the sandals were brown, but
Right.
the tape was
so
black.
It looks like a beautiful brown, a tan and black.
No, we
combo
covered
sandal.
them with tape.
Oh, right.
Like we wound them up in
shoe.
tape.
Right.
And I'll tell you what, my feet were very, very uncomfortable.
That's better
Hot
than...
nightclub in summer in Japan.
Was it a good night?
It was a great night, actually. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Welcome, Salt City Sumo. Hello. So great to have you here. Of course, Salt City Sumo. Pick up where we leave off and live stream the Makuchi action. Next bout that we have for you today. Tohakuryu up against Kageyaki. Both of these rikishi coming in at 2 and 5. As the Abema Vision Switcher tries to find a passionate fan for either of these rikishi. The best they can do is a woman up the back.
It's lovely, the Kageyaki towel, because of the single kanji. There's just so
Yeah.
much beautiful
It's negative space. Yeah.
I love it. It's a beautiful, beautiful towel. And yes, I am just saying that to fill time.
Oh, really?
It's bad. No, it's okay. Toki Hayate is up next. Here we see Shionokuni showing people where their seats are.
Damn.
Please let that be me.
I would love to go in. I would just go in and look deliberately lost.
Do they know that they're in the presence of the great man?
Yeah.
He is active. I've seen him really, obviously he's only been doing the blue coat duties for a couple of basho, but he's always really active. He's smiling at people. He's laughing.
He's an ambassador for sumo.
Oh, I think he really is.
Absolutely. All right, I think they might be getting ready to go here. Yes.
Kageyaki had his chance to go back to Makuchi, failed, came back down, and is trying to find that form again, but at 2 and 5 it doesn't seem like he has. It's a 3-1 head-to-head between these two Tohakuryu's way. Can the big man Kageyaki steamroll him here? Tohakuryu comes straight forward, which is rare for him. Kageyaki uses the arms, but he still gets slapped down.
Tohakuryu is so wily, isn't he?
I think he might be the next wily inheritor, but in the kind of negative feeling way, whereas Aminashiki was the positive wily.
Well, look, surely we're in a time of sumo where you do whatever it needs to be done to get a win. Here, he defended well, and I think he did, in all fairness, read Kageyaki's overcommitment in his attacks. And, you know, he was balanced, he was ready. I'm going to pay that one for Tohakuryu.
Nice.
He's 3 and 5, Kageyaki 2 and 6.
Hello to sumo punks at a sumo loud party. I'll say a super loud party. Everybody, I just lost here we go. You're making the watch of sumo. Everybody's drunk and loving it. That's the best way to watch the sumo. Is it us? Hello everyone at the party. How are you?
Worst party ever if you've got us playing.
Especially if they've just gone to an ad. And we've just popped the logo on the screen. So hello everyone at the party. I hope you're having a lovely time in Dallas. How is the weather? We'll come over sometime and hopefully we'll be invited to a fun party.
Yeah, I mean we will be doing a Dallas trip at some point, I reckon.
Annie, hello from Kobe as well. You're going to the sumo on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I think you said.
Yep, awesome.
Good luck for those resale seats.
Yeah. Must be very, very stressful waiting for that.
Yep. The next bout. Here we go. Hakioi Sumo. Are you still in the chat? It's your boy Bushozan.
Well, I'm quite excited about this bout.
Yeah.
Toki Hayate has been in good touch.
It's a good one.
Bushozan, he's been a little bit hot and cold over the first week, but you just know what this guy is capable of. They've only met once before. Bushozan took that win all the way back in November of last year. That was on the final day, day 15.
Toki Hayate. Toki Hayate, I'm a huge fan of him. I hoped after being 4-1 on coming into day 5 that he'd do a little bit better by now. But the 4-3, it's in the positive.
It's fine. He's at Juryo 1.
And he did have to come up to Makuchi and fight Takeru Fuji.
Yeah.
That's hard.
That feels a little bit
unfair.
Okay,
it's my day, you know, it's an odd number of people. I know that I have to go up to Jurio soon. It's my day. Who have I got? Hopefully it's hopefully it's Diamami.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's Endo. I'd love to get Endo. but I've got Takeru Fuji.
All right, the gunbai is pointed forward. Toki Hayate getting under the attacks of Bushozan, but Bushozan gets a left hand on the belt and drives Toki Hayate out. I don't mind this look for Bushozan.
Pardon me, when he gets that forward motion going, when he gets those little legs working underneath him and the big upper body into action, he can steamroll anybody.
But looking for the belt,
Yeah?
Bushozan?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Ooh. Yep, the left hand reaching out.
That was excellent sumo.
I feel like he touched it and he was like, what's my hand doing here? I don't like this at all.
Yeah.
Took it back off and said, I'll use my body instead. But it was really good that he was on the attack here, because when he gets pulled down, when he gets into trouble, it's often that he has to retreat or that his opponent moves away. So to lock on with the belt actually could be great for Bushozan, because it means that his opponent can't move away, he can't be slapped down, so maybe it's something that he needs to do more.
All right, well, that brings us, I can't believe I'm saying this already, but to the final bout of Juryo. We have Oshoma at Juryo 4 up against Takeru Fuji at Juryo 1. They've never met before. It's time for sumo justice. Takeru Fuji,
Do it for us.
do what is right.
Come on, lad.
You can do it. Takeru Fuji's 4-3. You know, I've seen some light and I've seen some shade in his sumo over the last week. Did drop 2 out of the last 3 days, Kagayaki and Daiamami he lost to, but picked up a win yesterday against Bushozan. He would love to be going into Nakabi on 5-3, I reckon.
I think so. I mean, he's kind of been doing his brand of sumo just at a Juryo level. So this kind of 4-3 business is very Takeru Fuji.
It's on brand.
It's just that he used to do it up mid to low Maegashira. But as he approaches perhaps the end of his career, he's moved down a little bit, but he's certainly still able to find winning positions, winning techniques, because he is so experienced. He's up on the same leaderboards that Tamawashi is. The same number of bouts in a row, the same number of bouts overall. He is just a sumo stalwart. I think he's amazing. And I wouldn't mind him picking up a little win today.
Yeah. Oshoma, he's on the other side.
He's 4-3. He's going to give it a shot, I suppose.
I don't like this guy.
You can say
I can't hide it.
You can say it. We have ex-Koto Shigiku as the Shimpan behind them. Always lovely to see him getting some more experience. I think when he first started, there are a few bouts where he perhaps wasn't looking at what he was meant to be looking at, and there were a few mono-e that had to be called, but he's certainly getting into the swing of things here.
Well, we see a Takeru Fuji tail, but the real story is that kid in front who just absolutely slammed a tall Kirin can.
Oh, really? I was not looking at the tail.
It was so impressive.
Nice.
That's the way you do it. That's the way you make friends at the sumo. Sit by yourself, drink a tall can. I want to get your thoughts on Koto Shigiku's approach to hair dye.
Oh, as in he is?
I feel like it's a shade too dark.
He has gone very dark. But maybe it's his natural colour.
Is it?
I mean, he's only...
Maybe he's born with it.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Koto Shigiku's hair. I don't know. I don't know. That's my impression. It just looks a little bit too dark.
Yeah. He looks very poised. He looks like he's got a lot of gravitas.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Just while these two get together, I'd love to hear people's thoughts on the Makuchi Yusho race. We've got Takeru Fuji out by himself on 7 wins. We've got Onosato on 6 wins after losing that bout yesterday, and a bunch of legends on 5 wins. Can Takeru Fuji keep this pace up?
Yeah. I saw a comment today that he just has not been allowed to do more than 2 seconds of sumo because he's so strong. Let's see what happens when he does. It's Oshoma, Takeru Fuji. Oshoma tries a little pull.
Little pull.
Takeru Fuji coming forward. Come on, Takeru Fuji, you can do it. Keep coming. Oshoma's trying to push him away, but he's not able to. They lock up hand-to-hand, shoulder-to-shoulder. Oshoma tries another pull down, but it's lackluster. Takarafuji says, not today, thanks, I've seen this before. And they lock up again, trying to play with each other's arms, trying to find that position.
Oh, this is a fascinating battle.
Oh, come on, Takarafuji. No, Oshoma circled round to put himself in the primary position, but they're back in the middle again. Both breathing hard. This is the point where it's about stamina, I think.
Yeah, well, it's stamina. It's about the lungs keeping oxygen in, but it's all about the arms. Takarafuji looks like he's out of gas, though.
He does a little bit. He's trying to move back. Oshoma, though, also is breathing very hard. They've got their heads together. This is actually a very interesting bout, and it'll be interesting to see what happens from here. Oshoma initiates. He's the one. He's the younger one. And it's him who's got more in the tank.
I hate that.
Hair crazy. He was able to sustain it longer than our boy, Takarafuji.
Yeah, you could see that really throughout this bout, Takarafuji was just a bit too defensive, just a bit too responsive, or waiting to respond to what Oshoma was doing here.
At the end, maybe,
yeah,
just because
he had nothing left in the tank, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it was so long for a sumo bout, and he was breathing so hard.
I was thinking, though, that just the sumo fundamentals that Takarafuji was showing here was going to be enough.
Me too.
Just, he was solid, he looked good, and I thought he would just outlast Oshoma.
And a shot at the end there of Takarafuji waiting in the wings to come in for the Doyo Iri, watching his elder in the Isagahama stable, Takarafuji, losing today. Can he take up that power and win for him today? I'm sure he can.
We see the Doyo Iri starting for Makuchi, and the man we were just talking about, Takarafuji, steps up with a lovely Kesho Mawashi. Seems to have some kind of scenic railway on it.
Let's see who thinks. Oh, K-Bunny, yeah, really want the Onosato. Hang on. Onosato Takarafuji match. Yes.
Oh, that's the one everyone's
yes.
waiting for. We're also waiting for the Takarafuji.
Oh.
I want that. No, they're at the same stable. But
other people want a Konowaka Hoshoryu playoff. Kenneth.
Like that, Kenneth.
I mean, Kenneth,
I like
I feel
it.
like you want a Takeyasu Yusho, but apart from that.
Now, Sunumi steps up onto the doyo, one of the youngest guys out there. His sumo's been so good over the last week. Young at heart.
Beautiful. Mitakumi, he's doing sumo.
Yep.
Who else have we particularly enjoyed this
Well,
time
for
around?
me, the real story is Oho. The absolute transformation of his sumo has just been astounding to watch. Look, he'll probably struggle to get 8, but I don't think it matters. I think this is a pivotal basho in terms of his career. Now, I'm just looking down here. Tobizaru's Kesha Mawashi. Is that him? This you on the Kesho Mawashi?
I feel like the Kesho Mawashi has taken a new move to a new level for these guys. They change it all the time now. Not so much this one. But a lot of them change.
Or just going with
Atami Fuji's as well?
Yes.
That's some kind of 3D business,
Well,
right?
I think that looks like a kind of
It's
surreal self-portrait that he might have put together.
People saying Kinbozan is back. Please pray for Nishikigi Zero Gravitas. I should say hello. And I'm totally on board with that.
Yeah, I mean, Ura, the people's hero. Bit of Nishikigi with a bit of fresh produce on his Kesha Mawashi.
A few tomatoes, capsicum. No cantaloupe on there.
No.
Noticeable exception. Konowaka. He is going okay. Could take out the Yusho, who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it will be a fascinating Yusho race. We both coincidentally picked Hoshoryu, and I'm still feeling okay about that.
It's a surprise both of us picking the same
Yeah, I don't think
person,
it's ever
actually.
happened before.
We usually have very different feelings on that, but Hoshoryu came to mind for both of us. It could still happen. The Abema camera people focusing in on the long and unruly hair of Ono Sato and the cross-hatched, the noughts and crosses.
Oh, that's
back
interesting. Yeah.
Of Takeru Fuji. He's like, guys, when you're bored, just play it on my back. Cantaloupe is much better than honeydew. Well, that's true.
Well,
I feel like I am going to, at some point, need to talk about the orange versus the green. Orange better than green.
yep, I think that's clear. And I've got a bit of a revelation, but I'll save it for the podcast.
Well, listen
about
to the
cantaloupe,
podcast tonight
yeah.
because we've been to the shops. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, I went to the shops.
I was
You're asleep.
asleep.
All right, we've got the other side coming out. We might as well just comment on the Kesha Mawashi.
Sure.
It's very hot in this room.
It's so hot.
It's very hot.
We're committed to the sound of the stream. No.
Yep. So no aircon, no
no
fans.
fan.
Just hot. Just very hot.
And Miyogiryu, we have power, productivity. Does that say
I
productivity?
think so. And is that the
Production?
Guriko man
Power
kind of
production.
silhouette?
I feel
Power
like
production.
That's
Oh, it is Guriko. It's the whatever that company is who has the Guriko man at Dotonbori.
Is it like Gatorade?
I don't know. Look, I don't know what it is actually.
Is it protein powder?
Now,
Nishiki
I gotta say,
well?
this Kesha Mawashi for Ryuden, aka the dude, it's too impressionistic.
Oh yeah.
Is that the right way to say
It
it?
doesn't come across.
It's not powerful.
perhaps, on
It's not a
television.
power. Yeah, maybe if you're there in real life.
Shonanumi's nice. That's where the impression works. Cause
Yeah,
it's
well, it
more
shows something.
photorealistic.
Ichiyamoto, backing from the good people at Suska.
Love Sasuke.
When you're looking for whatever product they do, choose
Go to
Suska. Now, Hogata Fuji, look at this. This is good. It's Mount Fuji, but as an erupting volcano. Lovely vision there. Takayasu, I don't think the light green is a great colour palette for
I
him.
wonder whether that works for his skin.
No, I don't think it does.
I think he needs to investigate.
Well, the
another
deeper
one.
colours work for him.
Yep.
The reds.
The orange.
Oh,
beautiful.
burnt orange.
Orangey
Yeah,
red.
tell you what.
Lovely. Tamawashi.
Hey, I like
sleek,
this.
Beautiful, perfect Kesha Mawashi.
Were they? Is that two wolves in front of a golden moon? What a powerful image.
I thought it was a mountain, but now I can see it's two wolves. That's beautiful. Hummingbird, is it? Kingfisher.
Kingfisher.
Midori Fuji.
Much like
Midori.
Midori Fuji's style of sumo. Dip in, get the win. The
Flying
flying
fish.
fish,
Much
Hirodumi,
like
don't
Hirodumi's
mind
style
it.
of sumo.
Don't mind it. And Knob Dog,
Knob dog.
much like his style of sumo.
Knob
Now
dog
this
lovely.
is rubbish from us and Ayama today.
It's phoning it in.
Yeah, phoning it in.
It's probably a present from somebody.
Yeah, I know it
great.
is. Now I like Abis. This is the, yeah, I do.
Is that an A? I only like it if that's an A on the front.
I think it is. I think it's a powerful piece of graphic design. It doesn't say much, but it says, I'm coming at you.
Yeah. Wakamoto Haru, that's like a demon or something?
Maybe a bit too respectful from Wakamoto Haru as he gets up on the doyo there. I think he's got one of the sandworms from June on his Kesha Mawashi
No, that's
Daisho. And Taka Keisho working up a sweat already. It's probably 12 degrees.
Life is a sweat for Takakeisho.
Yeah. Yeah, Kirishima, this is too corporate,
Yeah.
this Kesha Mawashi.
Yeah. Well, he needs it because he needs something at this point.
Yeah. All right, well, we should probably leave you. Thank you so much for joining us today on this Juryo live commentary. It just feels like we're hanging out with our best friends.
Yes.
In many ways we are. We'll be back here on day 15 doing the same thing, wrapping up Juryo, and you can catch us every day on the podcast, Sumo Mainichi. We'll see you soon.
See you then. Bye.
Yeah.